Hey guys, welcome back to a new reaction on this channel, and today I'm going to react to some more, I have to say that, Passenger of Shit. And holy freaking crap, it's been a long time. It's been a long freaking time. I guess most of you can't remember, because that was really in my earliest days here on YouTube. I'm honest with you, that was in September 2021. Unfreaking believable. I reacted to my very first song, Passenger of Shit, with the feature of Ethereal Girl, I hope I pronounced it right, with their song Ear Rape. Maybe you remember, maybe not, but like I said, I guess the most can remember. I wasn't the biggest fan of that song. For me, it wasn't even a type of music. I'm honest with you. The song was called Ear Rape, and I'm honest with you, it was. It definitely was, for me personally. The cool thing is, I have to say at first, I haven't got any hate. And like I said, I wasn't really happy with that track. Not at all. There was no hate, whatever. The people in the comments were really cool. And also, fun fact, I also got a comment by Ethereal Girl, and she was, like I said, part of the artists. And even she said, "Hey, yeah, that's cool. It was one of our more heavier, weirder type of tracks, so everything's fine." And that's freaking awesome. And like I said, when I say I don't feel it or whatever, I don't want to attack the artist or anything. I just speak for me personally. And I saw in my comments that there are other people who really like the type of music. I'm just not one of them, and that's totally fine. But I'm also honest with you, I never thought we will come back to Passenger of Shit, but here we freaking are, because you requested something. Usually, you requested the whole EP, Surfing Down the Dunny, you can read it. The problem is I don't have the time for a 17-minute long EP. So I picked the most watched or listened song out of the EP, and that is Slicing Up Yarik, with I guess over 200,000 plays, at least here on YouTube. I'm just excited. I'm really excited. I'm honest with you. I'm not scared or anything, because like I said, Ear Rape, you know. But hey, it's been almost 5 years. Here we are, and maybe this is one of the softer tracks, but we will see. Passenger of Shit, Slicing Up Your Rig. Let's freaking go.
Like a boy band, it's toys of blank copies. How fast that swearing to be part of it all. I'm fucking over it, toys of blank copies. How fast that swearing to be part of it all. Like a boy band, it's toys of blank copies. How fast that swearing to be part of it all. I'm fucking over it, toys of blank copies. How fast that swearing to be part of it all.
Break your neck, you low, gutless, weak mice.
guys, I'm sorry to pause here after because of copyright strikes. You guys know that is passenger of shit with slicing up your rig. Like I said, I took definitely the most watched song out of the EP, and the good thing is I don't feel raped like the last time. I'm on. Like I said, Ear Rape was such a massive track. It was so freaking loud. It was so I don't know. I can't even describe it. If you haven't seen this reaction, do that. But don't take me seriously. What I will say after I listen to it. Here with that song, it's totally fine. It's totally fine. Of course, in the end, it's still not my type of music, and that's totally fine. But I can listen to that, and here and there I have fun with it. I'm honest with you. Of course, for me, it's also really weird the changes that are in this freaking track. That you, at one point, there is really just this electronical beats and stuff. Then at the same time, you have sometimes this rap in the background. Then sometimes a little bit screamy. Then we change completely into classical type of music. It's a little bit weird. The changes are really wild in that track. I'm honest. But like I said, I with this song I understand why people can listen to that. Like I said with Earwape, hey, if you listen to Earwape, go and listen to that. I'm totally fine with that, but I don't understand how you can. I'm honest with you. But here I can understand if you listen to that, because it's not just noise in my opinion. And I know I sound like I don't know, my freaking grandma who said the music I listen to with death metal and deathcore is just noise. I'm one of the guys. I know that. But this time I understand at least the musical perspective a passenger of shit is doing here. So I'm happy with that. Alright guys, we go a little bit back. Let's go listen to the rest of Slicing Up Your Rig. Of course.
Fucking dick inside my bloody twat, inside my labia, your dick will roar! Inside my bloody twat, inside my labia, your dick will roar!
right. That was Passenger of Shit with Slicing Up Your Prick. I'm honest, especially the second half was really cool. I don't know why, but what I really like with that song is, of course, I compare this to Ear Rape because you guys know I just reacted 2 times to Passenger of Shit right now. It was way more melodic, especially in the second half where you still got this melodic style they had from the classical instrumentals before. In my opinion, it was really cool. Of course, in the end, not my type of music, but I felt that way more than Ear Rape. I'm honest with you, way more. And it's been over almost 5 years. That's freaking insane. Holy crap. But in general, I'm not that guy for the type of music. For example, 1 or 2 weeks ago, oh no, I guess 3 weeks ago, god freaking damn time runs. I've been to a concert by Pale Face. I wanted to say Pale Dust, but it was Pale Face. Maybe you heard of the band, maybe not, because it's maybe not in your genre when you listen to it. Just shit. It's more like a deathcore group, if I can say that. And there were a couple of bands, and every time between bands where they have to change the instrumentals, especially the drums, and have to build up something new on stage, there is music in the background. You know that when you've been to a concert, you know exactly what I mean. And between the special guests, Stick to Your Guns, and the main act, Paleface, there was, in between these two sets, they played a type of electronical type of music. Like I said, I don't know any subgenres. It could be dubstep, it could be something different. Let's just say it was that type of electronical music people are listening in clubs where they have to take LSD and stuff like that. And they played it for 40 minutes or how long they had to change the stage. God freaking damn. God freaking damn, that was I couldn't anymore. It was terrible in my opinion. I was standing there with a friend and we were both like, holy freaking crap, when will it stop? And I also said to him, I know why people who are listening to that type of music in clubs take so many freaking drugs. Like I said, I don't want to blame anything, and I know you also can say, hey, all these punks and whatever, they're freaking smoking weed every single day and stuff like that. I know that, hey. We all know. But it was terrible in my opinion. And maybe you think the same way with my type of music, and that's totally fine. Like I said, everybody got their own taste. But like I said, I'm really happy that especially this time I felt that song more. Definitely. Like I said, Ear Rape was something completely different. We don't have to talk about that anymore, but this one was, in my opinion, a good song. In my opinion, it was a good song. Not my type of music, but especially the second half, especially when the electronic instrumental starts and also what came after that were really good, my opinion. So, thanks for showing me again some more Passenger of Shit, and some Passenger of Shit I feel and maybe I also like, even if I wouldn't listen to it in my private time. And if you have more Passengers of Shit or whatever, write everything down in the comments. I really appreciate it. And if you haven't seen my very first reaction to Ear Rape, I will give you the link to the video right now in the outro. Just click on the video on the screen and you can watch it. It is a really old video. I look a little bit different. The sound maybe is a little bit different. Also the quality, but you know exactly what I mean. And then I hope I see you guys again in another reaction. Would be awesome. And I say, bye!